Hey everyone, this is Eric from the Real Estate Tech Guys. I am here with Deidre from LeNovo, who is the head of real estate. How much property do you manage for LeNovo?
So I manage all of the real estate outside of China. So we have 150 locations globally, 4 manufacturing sites included in that.
How many square feet?
It's about 6 million.
Wow, that's quite a portfolio. How many employees?
In LeNovo?
Yeah.
About 65,000.
Wow, that's a lot of people. That's fantastic. So as we talked about earlier, Real Estate Tech Guys is really focused on trying to peel the layers off the onion when it comes to how do we get new technologies into the workplace? What are the challenges people in your role face as you're thinking about which technologies do I use, which ones work, which ones don't work? I like to ask and understand, do you guys have a process that you have in place to think about new real estate technologies that you're bringing in?
Currently, no. It's a challenge for us. We've been, some of our senior leaders say, I want to be able to walk from the parking lot. I need a quick meeting. What meeting room can I have? Doing it on an app. And currently, right now, we don't have that. So, we are looking more toward, more apps for employees to use rather than having them go onto their laptops and find a room or report something.
Got it. Yeah, no, that's great.
And it's difficult. We don't know where to start sometimes.
Yeah, and I don't think you're not unusual. I think a lot of big organizations are looking at this, and things have been changing so rapidly. And real estate to me is a process of building a space, building a building. These are processes that happen over they're meant to last for decades, if not centuries, right? And when mistakes get made, when you put the wrong kind of film on your window glass, it's a big problem. It's very expensive. So, in these real estate, either spaces or buildings, are these monolithic projects that have to happen and be delivered on time. Software, on the other hand, is a very different process, and they use lean process organization. They're doing little sprints, trying to build something, test it. If it works, do more of it. If it doesn't work, do something else. And I think real estate management, the mindsets are opposite ends of the spectrum, and it's like, how do we bring those together so that things can happen more easily? Who are the people you need to bring together? Who would you need to bring in your organization together just to get?
We work with our IT team, but they're more focused on the systems for our employees, not about workplace. So it's a challenge for us when we say, what about this technology or that technology? And they don't have the time sometimes to see what it is. And I worry more globally. So what can I do in India? What can I do in Buenos Aires and Brazil?
But nowadays, because of the idea of using apps to get this information, you're now really much deeper into the employee experience, more than maybe you used to be in the past.
Absolutely.
Yeah, some of the folks that we've been talking to, it's clearly like there's this movement from real estate management of like managing the physical structure, the walls, everything. And now there's this melding of people, and people are bringing these technologies in, or wanting to do things in different ways.
It's all about employee experience.
Cool. What other big ideas do you have and are thinking about while you're here at Cornet in Boston this year?
It's interesting. There's a lot about serviced offices. We've been doing that for several years. So we've got, we're using some of them. So thinking more about that as we, move forward for our smaller offices.
Yeah, I mean, WeWork has made a huge move in the space. Everyone's talking about WeWork, and it's amazing what's really happening. There's been other players like Regis that have been around a long time. There's a bunch of other newer players, Serendipity Labs that's here, and others like that. Are you thinking about using that more and more? And
yes, and we work with a company that sort of sources that for us, Office Networks.
Okay, very cool.
Because we've got a lot of small locations and short-term leases, so every 3 years there's a turnover in our portfolio. So
it just makes it easier to say, how many
Right.
desks do you need, and use those.
Right.
That's pretty cool. Do you count that as part of your portfolio?
No.
Yeah, so
It's hard to count the square footage for a
got it.
business center. Yeah.
But from a percentage perspective, if I could ask, are you 10% of your employees being served by some co-working? About that?
I'd say
Oh, wow.
about that.
And do you think that number is going to grow in the future? You do.
That's our plan. Yeah.
What is your? Can I ask how far do you go with that?
We look at, it used to be if, you had more than 50 employees, it would be too expensive in a business center. That has certainly changed. So, we could go up to 50, 60. Currently in Gurgaon in India, we're potentially looking at a co-working location for about 200 people.
Wow. So then from a percentage, do you think that might go from 10% to 15, 20 kind of thing?
Yeah, I don't think it.
It wouldn't go kind of beyond
completely.
that. Interesting.
I don't think so.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
Lots of changes. No. Again, we're getting inundated with all these, different apps, that you can use for different things. So,
my suggestion around that is, do small experiments. Right. Be lean about it.
Right.
Try something out. Don't go through. Try to do it without doing all the security review.
Right.
Do it on a small scale, so the risk is very small, and then see what works and what doesn't work.
Right.
I see there's opportunities to do so much more. I'll talk about this tomorrow on our panel about the future workplace. But I'm a boater, right?
Okay.
And I have this folder with all my boating apps, right?
Okay.
The phone is the platform, right? I have 7 different apps.
Okay.
Now, I don't use these except for like 2 months out of the year, right? But they're on my phone. And you know what? I go to this one, the Outcast, because it has the actual marine forecast, the NOAA marine forecast written out. So I go there, and then it has some of the tide information.
Right.
I use this one because it shows me wind direction, that kind of thing. I have this one, and I can navigate from one place to another, and I have others. If they're not working I don't use them. And I just showed you the 4 of the 7 that I use all the time. The other ones I don't use anymore because I don't need them. That's the power of what software and new technologies and apps can give you. So I think for big corporations, thinking about it from how do we actually create a program so we can test, validate, if it works, keep doing it, if it doesn't work, change it or don't do it, right?
Yeah.
Those kind of things. But that's the way we think about it. But I really appreciate you taking some time to share your thoughts with us here.
Okay.
And feel free to come back and let us know if things pop into your head and other ideas.
Good.
Thank you very much for joining us here.
Thanks.